Hi there, Brad Walsh here from Envirotex Photography. How you doing today? I'm creating my very first video for my YouTube channel, my brand new YouTube channel, Envirotex Photography. I decided the topic of discussion or instruction today will be how to create a poured resin print. I will walk you through all the materials you need in order to create the print, as well as step-by-step instructions on how to make the print. I really hope you enjoy the video. So I'm going to start with going over the materials you need in order to create a poured resin print. So let's start with the canvas. You need an 8x10, well I chose an 8x10 because my print size is 8x10. 8x10 canvas from Curry's Art Store here in Toronto. You need some white Elmer's glue, or this glue here, Super 77, which I purchased at Canadian Tire. You need a propane torch and plumber's torch end in order to assist in the drying process of the poured resin print. You also need, of course, the epoxy resin and hardener, which come in a package here. I purchased these both at Curry's Art Store here in Toronto. There's the hardener. You need a few other things. You need the lighter to light the torch. You need a spatula in order to spread the resin and hardener mixture across the canvas over the photo. You need a spoon in order to mix the resin, and some red cups. One for the hardener, one for the resin. Pour it, mix it together, stir it up, and away you go. You have your concoction. And then of course you need a few other red cups in order to elevate your print when you are pouring the epoxy resin on and drying it through the hardening process. You also need a couple other things. You need gaff tape in order to tape the edges of the canvas here. You just put tape around the edges of the canvas, and a microfiber lint-free cloth in order for you to be able to wipe down the print, remove any dust or hair before you begin the process. One other thing you need, some sticky tack. In order to elevate the print or the canvas, you can put it on you can turn 4 red cups upside down, put a bit on each red cup, and so it'll allow you to stick the canvas to the 4 red cups so it doesn't move around while you're doing it. Of course, you're going to need a photographic print in order to put onto the canvas. Okay, so let's get started here. We'll tape the edges of the canvas. Got my gaff tape here. Just kind of measure out roughly a piece long enough for each side. So you want to tape around all 4 sides. As you can see, we've got all 4 sides of our canvas taped up. There we go. And now it's time to apply the glue. We will use the Super 77. So you apply the glue to the canvas as well as the back of the print. That way it adheres to the canvas well, and you do that. And now we adhere the print to the canvas. Make sure it's evenly placed. Use a little roller just to roll the print on to the canvas. Make sure it sits flat on the canvas. And we'll let that sit for about 10 minutes. Make sure it's adhered properly to the canvas. Okay, now that we've got the resin and hardener mixture poured into the cup, you want to take your microfiber cloth, wipe down the print, make sure there's no hair or dust or anything on it. Just give it a good wipe down, make sure it's clean, and then it's time to pour. So, with the pour, you want to start in the middle, pour it out like so. Get that all out of the cup there onto the print, like so. And it pours out in a nice even circle. I don't know if you can see how well that's poured out, but it's forming a nice round circle in the middle of the print. Alright, it's all empty almost. Let's just get every last bit that we can out of there. Okay, now what you want to do is take your scraper or spatula and spread from the center outwards so it evenly gets distributed across the entire print. Make sure you cover all spaces. Every inch of the print needs to be covered. Your edges, your ends, everything. Make sure the corners are all covered. And you got no spaces without any resin. Now you're going to get bubbles as you're spreading it out, but don't worry. Those can all be taken out with the torch. You see, I've got my torch lit, so what you want to do next is the drying process. So you want to hold the torch about 3 to 4 inches above the print. Slowly go back and forth over the print, trying to remove any bubbles that you may see. The torch will get rid of those for you. The total process from the time you pour and mix the hardener till the time you're done blow torching the print should be about 15 minutes in total. And what you want to do is remove the print from the cups. If there happens to be any bubbles on the print, you can use a pin to pop the bubbles on the print, but this one looks pretty good. Doesn't seem to be any bubbles. So now what you have to do is leave it covered. I'm just going to use a dish pan, dish holder, and it's got to be completely concealed, and you got to let it cure and dry for 24 hours. So here we go. Hey folks, Brad Walsh here from Busy4You Photography with you. It's 24 hours later. My print should be fully cured and dried now, so let's do a little reveal. Let's remove the bin. Take a look at the print. First glance, I don't see any bubbles or any deformities in the print. No raising or anything like that. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the final result, the outcome. So what you want to do to finish this all off is just remove all the tape from each of the 4 sides. And then, as you can see, you can easily hang your canvas. You can either put screws in and attach a wire to hang it, or you can just put a screw into the wall and hang it on the inside of the canvas on your wall. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative, and if you have any questions or comments on what you thought of the video, I'd love to hear them. So just leave them down below beneath the video, and I look forward to creating my next bit of content for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thanks.